This video is going to show you how to add blocks to your project to use in your quilt design. The Design Quilt tab is where you can put design elements into your blank layout. You'll notice on the right side of the screen that the Set Block tool is selected, which is why we're seeing the Sketchbook Blocks palette. This tool and palette give us options for our quilt. However, right now the palette is empty. We need to get blocks from the library to use in our quilt. You access the block library two ways. First, you can click on the Libraries menu at the top of your screen, then choose Block Library. The block library will open. A faster way to open the block library would be to click this button at the top of the Sketchbook Blocks palette. There it is. Let's do that again. I'm going to click off of the Set Block tool so you can see what happens. Notice the Sketchbook Blocks palette goes away when I change tools. Now I can only access the block library from the Libraries menu up here because the Blocks palette is not open. Or I can click the Set Block tool again and click on this button. Now let's take a look at the block library. When the block library opens for the first time, you'll see the 01 Classic Pieced Antique Mosaics blocks. You can see this up at the top of the library window, and also over in the list on the left. 01 Classic Pieced is the library or category name. I'm going to click the minus sign to close 01 Classic Pieced so you can see all the EQ Mini block libraries. Notice that the blocks in the right viewer disappeared. They aren't gone, we just don't have a library style currently selected. We only have a library name, 01 Classic Pieced, selected right now. Each of these libraries shows a plus sign in front of them. That tells us that there's more to see in this library. If I click the plus sign next to 01 Classic Pieced, 11 styles display under the library name. Now I can click on each of these styles to see the blocks. As I click, watch this number here. This shows how many blocks are in each style. Most of them have about 9 blocks, but some have more. To see all the blocks in the style, use the horizontal scroll bar by clicking on this arrow. You can also click, hold, and drag this box. If you want to see more blocks at a time, you can change the display by using these buttons here. Right now, we're seeing 9 blocks at a time. I can change that option to see more or less at a time. Let's add a few blocks to our project. Once you find a style you like, click on a block to select it. Notice there's a blue box around the block. Now click on the Add to Sketchbook button at the bottom of the window. The block will disappear, indicating that it's been added to the sketchbook. Let's see. Click the blue Sketchbook button on the left side of the library window. There's the block we just added. Now go back to the library to add some more blocks. Click the blue library button to see the EQ Mini library list. Find a style, select a block, and click Add to Sketchbook. You can add blocks faster by selecting multiple at a time. To select a group of blocks in a range, select the first block, hold the keyboard Shift key, and select the last block in the range. Click Add to Sketchbook. All of those blocks disappear because they've been added to the project. If you hold the Control key or Command key for Mac users, you can select several blocks at a time that aren't in a range. Hold the Control key and click, 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 then Add to Sketchbook. Finally, you might just want to get all the blocks in the style. You can do this by clicking Control-A or Command-A for Mac users on your keyboard. All the blocks will have blue boxes around them. Click Add to Sketchbook. Close the library and click the Set Block tool. You can see all the blocks here and they are ready to be set in the quilt. You'll learn how to set blocks in the quilt design in another video. Click the View Sketchbook button. Then click the Block section. All of the blocks are here as well. You can sort and delete blocks from your project using these buttons at the bottom. Now, if your project has a name, you could close this project and open it another day, and all of these blocks would still be here. If your project doesn't have a name, you might want to go back and watch video 2 to learn how.